Have here with us Mr. Shekhar Gupta, Chairman and Editor-in-Chief of The Print, and also the host of well-known talk show Walk the Talk. He was awarded the Padma Bhushan in 2009 for his contribution to journalism. Thank you, sir, for taking your time, your time from your busy schedule and for being with us to moderate this session. Over to you, sir.
So let's take the moderator stuff out, let's say enabler. So I enable a conversation among them and with me. Second, what am I doing here? I am the most unlikely person to be doing this. In fact, when people heard in my office that I was doing this, they laughed. They said, are you qualified to do this or you just do anything these days? So I said, second might be true because our politicians now behave like showmen and showmen have become very professional. Let me try and get this. So, my knowledge of Hindi cinema is not so bad, except that I am the Benjamin Button equivalent of a cinema fan, because I missed a lot of the great movies when I was growing up in school. Partly it was a function of the fact I'm a child of the 60s. I was born in late 50s, so my childhood to teen years were Raj Kapoor's years. So I missed a lot of that because we were brought up in cities mostly that I had one cinema hall, and sometimes did not have even one cinema hall. So it's 1962 to 65 we lived in a place which did not have one cinema hall, and that was the heyday of Raj Kapoor. And I remember going to Delhi to watch Sangam, because the great excitement was that Sangam mein do interval hai. So you get two helpings of papads those days. But I said I'm a Benjamin Button now because I'm now watching a lot of this stuff retrospectively, as and when I can watch it, and I marvel at the prescience of the cinema that was made there, and how contemporary a lot of it was. So that's why when I heard this, when Vinta called me, I said, all right, I'll give it a shot and I will try and read up something, but I didn't have to read up that much. You just have to think about Raj Kapoor and a lot comes to you. So we have these three gentlemen who need no introduction. You mostly come to listen to them. I leaked the paper a little bit to them. When I was whispering to them, I told them that I will ask each one of them to tell his favorite story about Raj Kapoor, but it should be different. It should not be a common story. We might ask them for a common story, but right now, each one tells us one story or one memory of Raj Kapoor. आपसे शुरू करते.
Well, I would like to tell you how I started out in cinema. I was an assistant director and I was aspiring to become an actor and a director. And one fine day, my father comes to me that I have heard a very good story. I want you to hear it and I want you to direct the picture. And that was Kal Aaj Aur Kal in 1971. And he said that in this film, he would have my grandfather playing my grandfather, and he would play my father in the film, and I would play their son. To which I got very nervous, being my first film, and then to have my grandfather, the great veteran, Shri Prithviraj Kapoor, and Raj Kapoor in the same block with me working for the first time. And he said, yeah, why not? When you want to teach somebody how to swim, you just throw him in the water. If you're good, you'll survive. And if you don't survive, you never were meant to be in the films. So that's how I started out with him. And he was a great producer and a great actor, never interfered. And the first day I went to shoot with my grandfather and father in the same scene, my grandfather came and said, "Kya karna hai?" So I said, you just walk towards the temple and come and sit down. Karke dikhao. That was the first time I'm making a film, the first time I'm directing a film, and the first time I'm acting in it. And in the same frame, I'm going to be with Raj Kapoor and Prithviraj Kapoor. And the great actors that they both were, and they were asking me to show them how to do it. He said, हाँ करके बताओ. Because if you can't do that, then how will you become an actor and how will you become a director? Somebody might come and bully you and tell him, no, this is how you should act. So you have got to convince me what I'm supposed to do. So I tried it out with great difficulty. And then my father came and he said, "Kya karna hai?" So the same thing was repeated, and I said, this is the thing, and you'll have to come and sit down here. Karke dikhao. And he said the same thing. But then I've realized now that what they told me then was very correct. It'll help me in my future films as an actor and as a director. And I never expected Raj Kapoor to be so obedient actor. He was the producer also of the film. and he was a great actor.
But did you get a chance to bully him?
Somewhat. But he was a very, very obedient actor, I must say. And so was my grandfather. So I've had the pleasure of directing Mr. Raj Kapoor twice. But they have not had he's not had the pleasure to direct me. Though he has had a pleasure to direct my two brothers.
I think so. So
That's how I started out
is that
with
a regret with you?
Pardon me?
Is that a regret with you?
Oh yes, of course I regret that I didn't get to work with the great Raj Kapoor. But I had the honor to direct him twice.
Right. Rishi, your favorite story?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a bad sore throat, cough. It's in the air. I'm reminded of a story that is as inspiring as Dabu's. I had another story in my mind and I suddenly want to change it. This was...
Because we leaked the paper.
No. I think the one which I'm going to tell you is a little more interesting. Because usme ek sabak hai. There's a lesson in it. You know, for any new actor to sing a song in his first film is a very big high. बहुत ऊंची चीज है. एक आदमी को गाना गाना पड़ता है and the excitement level is so high that you're going to be played back. There's a song and you're going to be lip syncing that song. So this was in Bobby, and I was to sing that famous song, "Main Shaar To Nahi." And it was the first day of the set. I came a little early. The chief assistant of my father was my schoolmate, Rahul Ravel, the director. So I got ready and came back on the set, and I said to Rahul, who's the choreographer? Choreographer means in those days, they used to be called dance master. Who's the guy who's going to teach me and tell me how to do the song and how to sing it? Because obviously I've never sung one and I wanted to know who's going to do it. So he said, nobody's come and I don't see anybody. So I was a little insecure, and then when my father came on the sets, he said to me, "Chala aajo, one khade raho, lights, full lights, hui. Radhu sahab ne bola, he said, you come from there, ye pehli line, isko hi karo." So I said to my father, we never called him father, daddy, papa and mama, kuch nahi. I used to call him Saab ji. So I said, Saab, wo dance master nahi hai. He got a little angry on me. He said, "Why dance master? Why do you need a dance master?" I said, "मैंने गाना कभी तो लाइफ में गाया नहीं. मैं तो पहली बार करने वाला हूँ." He said, "हाँ, तो ठीक है, तुम गाओ, खड़े रहो वहाँ and perform the song." I said, "Perform the song? I've never sung a song. How do you want me to do it? I can't do it." I was just, I've never gone in an argument, with my father. I said, "I can't do it." He said, "No, you go and perform and show it to me." Said there was a lot of junior artists, everything, and I was scared and I was nervous and say not, what am I? And then he told me in front of everybody, after the shot, I gave the shot. That's why if you see this song now, I'm so stiff in it because I really don't know what I'm doing in it. It looks like a policeman, giving signal for the traffic to go from here and there. I don't even know what to do with my hands. So he said to me, कि अगर मैं कोई dance master बुलाता, any choreographer I'd called, he would have done the same steps that he's been showing to those days, Sunil Dutt, Dharmender, Amitabh Bachchan, Shashi Kapoor, Shami Kapoor. You would learn the same thing and you would do the same thing. Then public would see the film and say, "अरे यार ये तो धर्मेंद्र की, सुनील दत्त की, रंजन कुमार की, शशि कपूर की, शमी कपूर की नकल कर रहा है." He said, "तुम अपनी छाप बनाओ, अपनी identity ढूंढो और बनाओ वो. Then will you do it." Like Dabu said, he was thrown in the dead end of the water. So was I. He threw us in the way and find your thing, what you do it. And that was my biggest learning curve in my life. The first song I ever did, I did it on my own. And it stayed with me all through. So I think I must say this. I put this in my book also, but I think this is a good experience for me.
But well, if I remember that song, I mean, all of us have seen Bobby multiple times, and we see now songs all the time because you can just, at the flick of a button, can watch a song. Truth to tell, you're being stiff in that and looking like this is actually quite fitting because you are just a teenager singing a song.
Well,
And
probably
at a
that's what the
formal
director
occasion.
wanted. That's what the director perhaps wanted. He didn't want anything that, looked
So-
like
so if
he's
it-
well
if it-
rehearsed, he's a well,
If it looked choreographed, it would not
Exactly,
look so
exactly.
natural.
That's what I meant. I mean, I didn't realize it then. I realize it now. And they would have said that I'm copying those actors. So he said, no, you do it yourself. You find your identity. तुम अपनी छाप बनाओ, and that actually stayed with me.
I think copy करना भी होता तो शम्मी कपूर को करते, थोड़ा फिर एक्शन भी होता.
वो उनकी खुद की छाप ऐसी अलग छाप
Exactly,
है,
हाँ.
वो भी कोई कर नहीं सकता.
बिल्कुल. राजीव आप बताइए.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, Shekhar ji. I've always seen you in this beautiful show called Walk the Talk. बड़ा मजा आ रहा है to sit the talk with you. I've had some wonderful experiences with my father, and it's very difficult to speak all, but I'll definitely say that I was an assistant director to Rahul Ravel when my father picked me up and took me in Prem Rog when Rishi ji was the hero in the picture. और हम shooting कर रहे थे and in Mysore, and I was an apprentice, and my father said, "How you now join me?" So for me, it was something that I could not ask for, that I became Raj Kapoor's assistant, besides being his son. Of course, was पूरे film के दौरान learned all the ropes of filmmaking with him. Everything possible. He was a very strict taskmaster. Never treated me like a son on the set. Always treated me like an assistant. और हर चीज़ एक responsibility सीखने के लिए in all the departments. During the making of the film, I had one ambition. I said, yeah, I wish I ever get a chance to work with him as an actor. तो film खत्म हुई, and I got an offer for a film which I did, Ek Jaane Hum, with outside production. So I went to my father. I said, "Papa, मुझे ऐसा है." He said, "Karo, go, jump on the wagon yourself, do it yourself. Why do you need a Raj Kapoor to direct you?" So मैं थोड़ा सा, I said, "Okay, sir." I went. I started my career as an actor. Just after a couple of months, during the making of Ek Jaane Hum, my father called me, and he asked me, he says, "तुम्हारी डेटें कैसी हैं?" तो मैं थोड़ा घबरा गया था कि क्या पूछ रहे हैं. And he said, "I'm taking in my film Ram Teri Ganga Meli." I hit the ceiling. I couldn't ever have asked for anything better than that my father, yes, Raj Kapoor, and Raj Kapoor, the filmmaker, is taking me in his picture as an actor. And all my dreams came true. The film we started. And like Rishi ji said also, he was, कि हर चीज़ खुद करके बताओ. Be your own individual self. एक बड़ी छाप लगी थी, because I do look like my uncle, Shami, and Shami ji, and of course in this film, he made me he saw to it that I did everything on my own, which I could have had make an impression of my own and look as Rajiv Kapoor and not Shami Kapoor or a copy of Shami Kapoor. And during the film, of course, मैं hero था picture का. I realized how he treated me when I was an assistant, and how he treated me when I was a hero in the picture. The kind of respect he would give an artist. He made me feel like an artist. He made me feel that I must do my job responsibly and well. And of course, besides that, I was like an assistant in the picture myself. I was like an assistant production. I was like an assistant director, running around all. And he gave me all the responsibilities to even go into the editing room and edit the film, which he would later come and see and overlook. So these are some beautiful moments that I had an opportunity with him. And I'm grateful to God. And I'm grateful to him.
So a film like Ram Teri Ganga Meli was ahead of its times. Today it will be difficult to make that film.
Sir, abhi
When Ganga is being deified, given the Padmavati experience, to have a heroine being molested by a panda would be tough these days.
Yes.
These days it's difficult to make a film itself.
Yes.
We have got to listen to what they want.
Yes, but what you're saying is the fact. But देखने जाओ तो गंगा अभी भी तो मैली है.
उससे ज़्यादा ही मैली है.
30 साल के बाद कौन सा उसको साफ कर दिया?
उससे ज़्यादा ही मैली है.
खैर बिल्कुल सही. पर अभी अगर उस तरीके से फिल्म बनाना जाएंगे तो फिर बहुत ही अलग-अलग किस्म की इश्यूज पैदा हो जाएंगी.
जी हाँ। तो एक जो राज कपूर ने जो फिल्में बनाई, मेरा नाम जोकर तक मैं कहूँगा, ये सब फिल्मों में कुछ पॉलिटिक्स थी, सोशली रेलेवेंट उस टाइम, थोड़ी लेफ्ट ऑफ सेंटर। उससे हमारे जैसे लोगों को भी बहुत फ़ायदा हुआ कि हम रिपोर्टर थे, वॉर्स कवर करने जाते थे। सोवियत यूनियन वी वेंट to cover the fall of the Berlin Wall and the collapse of Soviet Union. You just had to sing Avara Hu to somebody and they'll do the job for you. I went to cover the Tiananmen Square massacre, and no communication was allowed to reporters. But we had to send our stories by fax. So in the basement of the hotel, the staff said that we'll send anything for you, break the rules in communist sort of system, but you have to non-stop sing Avara Hu for us. When Egypt, you were late for a flight, you could sing some line from Raj Kapoor. So Raj Kapoor created with his cinema this incredible connect in the socialist world. The entire Soviet bloc, a lot of the Middle East. How did you people ever reflect on this, or is it something just happened by the way? Or was that also on his mind and that came up in your conversations at home?
Oh, I don't think this was planned. Because Raj Kapoor never sold the picture for China. China never bought any films. Behind the Iron Curtain, they took the picture from Russia.
Right.
And then they made an interneg and they released the picture with 2,000 prints in China, which nobody knew because there is the Iron Curtain there. Then one day, Bajpayee Saab came here and sent word to my dad कि यार तुम तो बहुत popular हो China में भी. And as you can see our size, we all love food and we love Chinese food.
Right.
And so we got this from Raj Kapoor Saab. He loved his Chinese food very much. So one day he called me from the studio and he called my mother also from up, and she said, I have got an invite from China that I'm a very popular man in China and my films are very popular there and we are all going to China. They have invited us as state guests. And he was very excited and we got very excited, and while we were making arrangements, 2 days later he calls me and says, नहीं यार मैं सोचता हूँ China नहीं जाएंगे. I said, why? You were so excited and so were all of us. He said, नहीं यार, they're in love with Raj Kapoor of Avara and Shri 420 and all. And look at my size now. I don't look like that anymore. Russia has been seeing me every year, over the years, in various sizes. So they accept me as now also. But I don't want to disappoint all my fans and all those lovely people and break their image. I'm not the Raj Kapoor what they think I am. So I wanted to just let that be. That was the actor in him speaking.
So he did not go?
He did not go. And all his life he has never been to China.
I see.
But as you have been there yourself, I have been to China several times after that. But he is still very, very popular. And his films are very popular.
Extremely popular.
Extremely popular, and their Hindi films are now, I hear Dangal has done 10,000 crores there and things of this kind. And all films have started going there. But he was a pioneer who took these films there, and he was very popular. And the man in him, the actor in him, did not want to break the image. So he did not go.
That's an incredible story. There was, however, social relevance in the movies. Jaagte Raho, story of a servant accused of thieving. That's a story that happens all the time in India now.
He made all socially relevant films. He never made an action film.
Exactly.
He made a dacoit film, which had 11 songs and 10 dances.
Right.
And not a single fight.
Right.
Not a single slap in the picture.
I think he and Devanand were two actors in that period who, if at all there was a fight, got beaten up. but never beat the other guy. Rishi, you saw politics in that cinema, and did you think that, say, Mera Naam Joker onwards, Mera Naam Joker also in a way there was some political relevance. That is the time India signed its treaty of friendship with the Soviet Union. Indo-Soviet relations reached at their very peak. And there was a Soviet element in the film. Do you think after that, political element declined in your father's movies? Particularly as he stopped acting.
I don't think he intentionally made any statement in his film wanting to do it, but he liked the story and he would make the story. His importance was always on the story. And I remember my father telling me once long back, he said, you see, when my grandfather started off, there was a time when actors were employed by the company. So they got a stipend from the company. 250 rupees milta tha, picture hit or flop or they don't care. You get 250 rupees a month, you got to keep working. Then came my father's time when he broke off the system, and then he started working independently. In those days, Papa told me once that India had just got its independence. And there were very many stories to say. You know, the youth was very confused. They didn't know what, how, where they are going. So that's why Shantaram ji, Mehboob Saab, Gurudat ji, my father Khaja Ahmad Abbas, a lot of writers, Balraj Sani, they thought of new ideas and they made those kind of films. वो वक्त की जो फिल्में बनी हैं, आज वो फिल्म नहीं बन सकती. You can't make a दो बीघा ज़मीन now. You know, there's certain films that do not suit in this time today. But those days, the films had a voice that should have been heard and was heard.
जिस देश में गंगा बहती है, because that was the dacoit
That was early 60s, yeah. Till
history.
that point of time, yes. And that really happened.
It really
Jayaprakash
happened.
Narayan-
Yes, absolutely.
Jayaprakash
They came
Narayan
and
had the
surrendered.
dacoits giving up their arms.
In fact, many became MPs and,
Yes, very true. Acha.
I mean, actual dacoits.
So that was that. I'm reminded also of an incident. You know, this June is going to be 30 years since my father passed away. And I was last
In
year.
the microphone, in the microphone.
Yes, I don't think they won't be missing that.
No, it has to be recorded.
Oh, okay.
They can hear you. It's a small hall, but
30 years in June will be 30 years since Papa's gone. And I was in Georgia, it was 6-7 months back, and I was in Tbilisi. And Dababu and myself have been in Tashkent, that was Uzbekistan. And even now, today's generation have exposure in the sense to, they can see Shah Rukh Khan and Ida Khan's film, they can see Kareena Kapoor, Karishma Kapoor, Ranbir Kapoor, they are grandchildren of Raj Kapoor. They are grandchildren. They see all the films, and why the youth still reacts on Raj Kapoor's films, we do not know. I've often asked their, the people, okay, why do they still like, because all the CDs, they still love to hear the songs, they love, and plus they have old attachments that my grandfather and my grandmother, used to sing, and he knew, and there are photographs. So Raj Kapoor is still alive in today's audience, which is amazing. I'm going to Armenia, to Yerevan on the 1st, and so is the case there. They want to do a Raj Kapoor show with his music and his films and everything, because still he is popular in today's generation, which has no answers. I have no idea.
that's incredible. Do you have an answer to that? That how does this transfer generation to generation to generation?
That's a mystery, really. I mean,
You see,
we have
like-
often wondered and debated on this, that even the now generation identifies with Russia, in Russia with Raj Kapoor.
Absolutely.
Maybe not so much in Moscow, not so much in Russia.
In the
but
interior of the
I'll say
then Soviet
Uzbekistan,
And also definitely
Armenia.
Central Asian republics
Yes,
and
yes.
outlying republics.
See, now Moscow has become very westernized.
Right.
Moscow is a little
Yeah.
America now.
So I
Right.
don't think we need to rev up our films there. We need somebody to spend a lot of money and promote their films, and then we can start the same kind of business in Russia. What it used to be.
It used to be. Rajiv, you were saying
See,
something.
yeah, that's true. Maybe not Moscow, but you see, when the Soviet Union disintegrated and became into different states and different countries, so he still, even today, for instance, like when you meet people from all the different countries which have become independent countries now, they still love Raj Kapoor. They still talk about him, whether being not only particularly in the same country, but if you meet certain people who are overseas and they come to know that you're an Indian, especially when they come to know that you are a Kapoor, the first thing they talk to you is about Raj Kapoor, whether it be America, whether it be England, whether it be India. So, like Randir said, it's a mystery. But the impact that he had created in all his movies in his younger days still carried on in there, because those families also have a lot of values which are as good as our Indian values. That's why they still respect it. And they respect him. And he especially, because he made those kind of films, he went into their hearts. And they will never come out.
So we are not keeping question time for later. That usually is what you see on TV debates. That you say that I'll have audience questions. Then out of the 45 minutes, anchor takes 44 and a half. And then he says, I have time left only for one question. So this is not like that. Please feel free to raise your hand at any point and come in the conversation. At some point, be warned, I may ask one of you to come and join the conversation. So does each one of you have a favorite of your father's movies? Movies in which you acted are disqualified.
Whatever. Mera Naam Joker.
Mera Naam Joker. Yes. And why?
That film speaks his heart, philosophy of life, fabulous music, fabulous meaning of everything, the characters, his character, the 3 different parts. It speaks life, which is relevant even today, and at least relevant to my heart, and I'm sure to all of you, a lot of people here. I'm quite positive.
Randhir?
I would consider amongst the Raj Kapoor's best would be Awara and Shri 420. It's very close to my heart. Though he has made lots of good films like
And
Jagter.
the reason being?
They had a lot of satirical comment to make. Like 420 had, Awara had. And it had great music also, great acting. That I don't think they can be made again, those kind of films. They will never be made again.
Rishi?
I used to weep a lot when I used to see Jagte Raho. And originally Jagte Raho was offered to Satyajit Ray to direct.
Oh, I see.
And he wasn't available. That's why the whole Bengali crew was in the film, and Dada was supposed to direct it. I don't know how many of you know that Rabindranath Tagore, the great Rabindranath Tagore, was the director. He's directed a film.
He was?
He has directed a film.
I see.
He has directed a film when he was in Calcutta. My grandfather just arrived in Kolkata. This year was 1928-29. And New Theatre, they had this very famous play on called Sita, in which my grandfather and Lady Durga Koteji was playing Sita and he was playing Ram. And Rabindranath Tagore told New Theatre that you must take that Pathan boy and that Durga Kote and make that film. They had seen a string of flops, New Theatre. They had 7 or 8 flops, but it didn't happen. So what they did that they connected with my grandfather and Durgaji, but they had to refuse it because they were under a contract. So he had to make another film. That also didn't do well. And then after that, he made Sita, and that was the journey, the start of my grandfather's career, which was a huge success, a film called Sita. So my grandfather just missed being directed by
Tagore.
Tagoreji.
And your father just got missed, to use your language, having a film directed by Ray, Satyajit Ray.
Yes,
Or having
he
himself
was very
directed by
friendly with him,
Satyajit
and he was to direct Jagte Raho.
So is that your favorite?
Yes, I don't know why. As a child, I wept a lot. Seeing it was a very emotional film, I felt. And then exposed today's world. I think it's a very relevant film in today's times. Of course, now it may seem a little archaic and outdated.
But the story is still the same.
The
They did
story
still
still
steal
is,
and
yes.
get away with it.
Yeah,
The
you're
poor go to
seeing-
jail.
you see the society, you're seeing the whole of life, the whole status of society. So I think it's a very relevant film. And I empathize with that film, and I like the film, and I always sit down whenever the film is on. I could even see Jis Desh Mein Ganga Behti also. So I guess... but
So,
the first-
do you people think, I'm asking all three of you, that a film like Mera Naam Joker, would you consider making it again, the same film, but reducing it to one show size, like 2.5 hours, instead of 2 intervals?
I don't.
It'll be tough today to sustain an audience through a whole working day or through a whole weekend
See,
day.
audiences were different at that
But
time.
will you do it again? Why do you deny that to today's audiences? Why not make a 2-hour version, 2.5-hour version?
No, but
of
today
the
also,
film?
like you'll be surprised to know, my father was very disappointed or disheartened rather that Mera Naam Joker didn't fare the way he wanted it to. But you'll be surprised, I don't know why, that today Mera Naam Joker is the biggest profit point in my organization. It's a very successful film amongst all the old films.
I see.
Because he bought down the length to 3 hours.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he did reduce
He
it.
did that in his lifetime.
I see. So to that extent, it is in the right size. But will you also reissue any of his other films, maybe with color, maybe with some modern jazz?
We don't want to meddle with the classics. He
Uh-huh.
made them in black and white. They were photographed as a black and white. Black and white has got shades of grays
Right,
and blacks
right.
and whites. Now you cannot put a blue and a red and a yellow in that.
Right.
So I don't agree with that.
And you would not let a computer do it
no,
for
no,
you.
yeah, no. And Mera Naam Mughal-e-Azam did very well. So everybody started out with that. They forget that Mughal-e-Azam was a great film in black and white also.
That's right.
वो black and white में भी चलती.
Huh.
And I refuse to see Mughal-e-Azam in color.
Do both of you agree, or you have different views on this?
No, we agree.
You agree. Can I get the microphone? We have one other great filmmaker, two filmmakers, at least the ones I know. I bet there are other filmmakers here. To those I don't know, my apologies. Ramesh, get the microphone to Ramesh. You want to join in the conversation?
Good evening, everyone. Yes, Shekhar.
You should join in the conversation. You want to raise a question. You want to ask a question. Is there something? Is there something from Raj Kapoor's works that you might want to do again?
I don't want to question his work at all. It was brilliant. I've revered him. I think he's one of the finest makers ever.
So I will tell you my favorite film in which Raj Kapoor acted. It was someone else's film, but it was like a family film for him, which I would like today maybe to be shortened a little bit and released again, Tisri Kasam. I think it was his greatest film, which was made in the wrong time. And I think it has the best performances from him and Waheeda Rahman and great music, lyrics, etc.
I agree. A beautiful film and very well enacted. I know at that particular time it didn't work as much, but it was, even it's remembered a lot. It's, in the art world of cinema, it's revered also.
So is there anything you would like to ask any of these gentlemen? Go ahead, go ahead.
As I said, first of all, I've known them all in my life. So.
How does it matter?
But the question, no. See, even the best of makers fall silent when you talk about Raj Kapoor or to question something about him. But yes, how was it growing up with such an illustrious father and uncles and grandfather? I would love to know a little bit from them, yes.
What was the household environment like?
See, we were brought up as very normal children. We were never allowed to go to the school.
It's back. Hello.
Yeah, hello. We were, brought up as normal children. We were never allowed to go to the studio, though our studio was very close to where we lived. Probably on Saturdays and Sundays we used to go visiting someone shooting. Most preferably if it was our father's shoot, we would go there, but never allowed. We knew at least Dabu, me and Ritu, because we were a little closer generation, we knew that our father is important. He's an important man. He was a big man. Because wherever we went, people saw us. We went to a restaurant just crowded, they would immediately give you a table. So there was something about our father, but we didn't know that he was a star or he is an actor. We knew he was an actor, but actor hota hai. Usse kya hai? So I think that was what we made out for Dad to be. He is an important man. That's it. Nothing beyond that.
I told my father that I wish he was a cook, so he can make Chinese food for us. We were unaware in those days. We are talking about our early childhood.
No, no. I'd really like to know if one of you have attended a music session of his with his composer, because the music of his films are really, I mean, it's in a different league altogether. What was it like when he kind of sat with me? I've heard legendary stories, but I'd really like
So
to.
if I may add to that, a two-in-one question. So you answer this question, what was it like when he sat with lyricist, music director to compose music, but also he was very loyal to his music directors for a long time. They were a group, music director, Shailendra as lyricist. So what was that sort of Jamghat like?
You see, Raj Kapoor had great music sense. And he had a knack of extracting the best from the music directors. But like lots of other people know, and I've often said, Raj Kapoor was a one-man circus. He could do many things. He could compose music, but he didn't want to interfere with Shankar Jayakishan. He said, that's not my job. He would guide them. Okay, this is what I desire, and something of this type, and I would like them to do this and this. So that is how he extracted the best. He inspired them to give him the best of their works. Whether it was Shankar Jayakishan or Lakshmikant Pyarelal or Ravindra Jain, the music that he had from them was a little different because he had his own style of the music that he wanted. I have seen him working with Shankar Jayakishan also, and then with Lakshmikant Pyarelal also, and also with Ravindra Jain Sahab. The music was inspired by Raj Kapoor, extracted from them.
So why don't you describe one of those baithaks if you were there? Thoda hasi mazak, what kind of baithaks were these? Because music was composed very differently from the way it is now. Now it's very technical and...
You see, Raj Kapoor Sahab had a song in Ram Teri Ganga Maili, the last one that he did. Sun Saiba Sun. Pyar ki dhun. Maine tujhe chun liya, tu bhi mujhe chun. This I have heard him singing. He wanted it in Bobby. Sun Saiba Sun. Pyar ki dhun. Maine tujhe chun liya, tu bhi mujhe chun. Which he made it. You see, that song he has been singing then. It was basically his tune, his thoughts, which he got again transplanted into Ram Teri Ganga Maili. And he said, this is what I want something of this type.
Do you have a recollection of his...
No, I'd like to little correct this. It was Sun Baba Sun, and I was there very much when my father was having a sitting with Ravindraji. I was there, like I told you, I was a past assistant also in the film. And he had this Sun Baba Sun, and because I was called Saiba in the film, so he said Sun Saiba Sun. Or jaise baithe hue the, and there was this, lot of creative discussion and baatcheet chal rahi thi. And suddenly, in his mind it came, kya hoega? Sun Saiba Sun, pyar ki dhun. तूने मुझे चुन लिया, मैंने तुझे चुन लिया, तू भी मुझे चुन. वो सब immediately वहाँ बन गया. So these things came automatically to him because he had that great creativity in him.
So does each of you have a favorite Raj Kapoor song?
Most of his music was
जीना यहाँ मरना यहाँ इसके सिवा जाना कहाँ.
Most of his music was very good. No, there are all classics, classical works that he has got. Awara Hoon or Mera Joota Hai Japani, and I would be a fool to pick one. Most of them are very good.
The entire thing of creativity started from that song Ek Radha Ek Meera, puri picture uspe bani.
So we have Umesh Shukla. Right there. Why don't you also come into the conversation? I'll send the microphone to you.
Nothing to ask, but the thing is, I've worked with Chintu ji in 2 films, and he shared many stories, true incidents, which I think I would like him to repeat, because it's a very interesting things he told me about his father, about their own house. मतलब their passion was such कि कितने साल तक उन इतने बड़े प्रोड्यूसर डायरेक्टर एक्टर होने के बावजूद उनके पास खुद का घर भी नहीं था. वो एक स्टोरी बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग है, तो पता चलेगा कि हाउ पैशनेट दैट पर्सन इज. प्लीज शेयर दिस. राइट,
I don't know if this is the right occasion actually to talk about that.
It's a perfect occasion.
Well, okay. No, it was like this, at the age of 24 or 25, you became a studio owner, or perhaps even earlier. You don't become a studio owner at that age. You make a studio. He was married. I think all 3 of us, or maybe I wasn't born, Dabu and Ritu were born. And then he kept making films, and all our lives, my mother never had a home. She never had a roof above her. We were staying in a rented house all throughout. All through till the time we met Joker. And when Joker was to release, our studio was mortgaged, all our assets were mortgaged to release that film. And then the ultimate happened, the picture bombed. We were in problems, we were in severe problems. Raj Kapoor didn't have a home, he didn't have a house. He didn't have a roof over my mother and 5 children. Thereon, he made the film Bobby. With a new boy, new girl. A lot of actors went to him, they would give their arm and leg to work with Raj Kapoor as a director. But he made a story such a way that he wanted a new boy and new girl. To cut the story short, Bobby was a super hit, and that is when his friends and my uncle, Randar Kumar and Shashi uncle and Shami uncle said that, Ab Bhabhi ji ke ghar lo. This they bought when Bobby became a success. Raj Kapoor bought a house. Now, today, first time a director, he immediately wants to buy a house, he has to secure himself, put money in his bank and everything. He didn't do anything. He bought a house after 28 years in working in cinema.
I think today, wealth manager is part of the beginning of a career for a new
Seriously
director
कह
or
रहा हूँ
actor.
आपको 1973 में तो राज कपूर ने अपना घर लिया. He didn't have a house till then.
After Bobby.
Yes, after Bobby. He had seen so much of success as an independent actor, as a producer, director, but never bothered to have a roof over the family.
And what's the other story?
Enough. Let him, the other story you ask him, he must have told you.
You can ask him. What's the other one? So, the characters your father played, iconic characters. I don't use the expression iconic. I don't even allow it in my newsroom unless it's about either a physical icon or somebody or a phenomenon that deserves to be called iconic. But his characters, Awara, Jaagte Raho, 420, Joker. So for each one of you, which one is your, I know all are favorite, but which one is your top of the pops? It's a
People
coincidental
felt he
pun.
was very inspired by Chaplin.
Yes.
Maybe he may have been, but the way he projected the common man in pathos and the pain that he had with a smile, that was the best. And all the characters he portrayed, that was one relevant thing in that. शक्लें बदल जाएंगी लेकिन वो जो दर्द था हर शक्ल पे वो दर्द was there throughout.
Or Sangam, a completely different character.
See, he portrayed, I go with him, he's portrayed all characters.
My father's played a villain also. I didn't even know that. I don't know if you know it.
I don't know it.
He played a villain with Nargis ji and Ashok Kumar. Ambar? Afsana. He was the villain in that film. A little known, unknown fact, but he played the baddie.
Randhir, your favorite character of your father's?
Oh, that's the common man character, Raju, that he created for himself.
I think Raju was a common man before
No,
before
no,
Lakshman's common man.
Yeah, that common man was there, which he created for himself from Awara onwards. And one of his, my favorite movies of his, which is not produced or directed by him, is Anadi, which again had the same common man,
Right.
which Rishida took from
Right.
there. So I like that common man that he had created for himself.
He missed two films which he couldn't do, and they were all made for actually Raj Kapoor. One was Anand, which Rishida wanted to make, but he
That
couldn't
he
do
gave
it.
him credit also.
And then he said,
Thank
I
you,
can't
Raj
do it,
Kapoor.
but I can't
It was
finish the
inspired
film.
from Raj Kapoor because he was discussing the picture with him.
I
He
see.
During
wanted to
Anadi.
make it with him.
Yeah. And the second film he was to do was L.V. Prasad's, what is the one? Milan.
I
which
see.
had Sunil Dutt and
And
Nutanji.
Nutan.
That's why all the songs are sung by Mukesh.
Right.
Prasad ji waited for Papa P, but he was stuck up in somewhere in Sangam's Technicolor those days in London, and he couldn't. And he was telling him, "Please go ahead with the film. Please go ahead with the film," but he couldn't do it. But that's why the character was the same, which
Right.
had Raj Kapoor playing in both the films. The Milan also he didn't do.
Any more questions from the audience? Right there. Just introduce yourself and then speak.
Hi, this is Ankur Pathak from the Huffington Post, and it's a very interesting, invigorating conversation. Rishi sir, you mentioned that you guys had a very normal childhood, and despite being Raj Kapoor's children, you had a very normal existence. I just want to understand from your side, like with the kind of attention that goes on celebrity kids now, do you think that normalcy has been robbed from the childhood of star kids?
Certainly they've robbed. Every day I get up in the morning and I see in the newspaper I see my grandson's photograph. The paparazzi is permanently stationed below her house. I
Including
can understand they're taking her photograph.
including who changes his chaddi.
Yeah, and every day, everybody now recognizes his maid also. This is the nurse, this is the maid. That's thanks to the paparazzi. When
There's so much of social exposure. कितना exposure है, आज अखबार के लिए there were journals and weeklies come in every fortnightly, monthly. Now though every day you're on every channel, every day everything is about film.
Every
So where
second,
is
because
the-
all these websites, you
all the
work for one.
websites, all the social media, all that is.
The media has created all this. Now though you have the airport look also. Every day you see an actor in their airport look.
You have
The
the
gym look.
Why the chautha look is also there, yeah? You go for somebody's chautha, everyone wearing वो क्या पहना हुआ है, I must wear this shade of beige and I should have the glasses and everything. I mean, ये तो है.
So none of you was ever sporting a gym look, I know.
सर अगर हम वो करेंगे तो जिम ही बंद हो जाएगा.
So you have a question, sir? I think that will be the last question we have to.
Thank you. I'm Dinesh Lakhanpal.
He's a very versatile actor. We have
Yes,
worked in many films together.
Yes.
And I've had the honor of making a film on Mannada. And he has shared an experience with me, which I want to share here, about the song Pyar Hua Ikrar Hua. Pyar Se Fir Kyun Darta. He said they were rehearsing in Mahalakshmi. And Rajji and Nargis were supposed to come and they were delayed. They had almost packed up. And by that time, Rajji came, "Arey, kahan ja rahe ho, baitho, baitho, baitho." And then again rehearsal started. And suddenly he said, "Is there an umbrella around?" And he looked for an umbrella. And they have taken literally those umbrella steps in the music room before shooting that. That's Manada shared with me. And it's not part of the film, but there were so many things. And he said that meeting Raj Kapoor changed his entire career.
Well, I have to tell you also that one of the walk the talks I cherish most of all is with Manna Dey.
Yeah, I've seen that. And
It
that
was on the Hooghly on a boat, and he sang
Yes,
many of
yes, it
his
is
famous songs. And he was
vividly-
already in his mid-80s. So,
Yes, yes,
it's
it's
quite,
vividly
quite,
there.
quite remarkable. So if we can have the microphone back here. So before we go away, when you were growing up, you were in a star family. there were lots of rumors about your father. How did the family deal with those rumors?
We never knew about the rumors. My mother never spoke to us about it. And in
there
days
was no
the-
exposure.
There was no
TV पे आता
exposure.
नहीं था.
The television was not there. There were no scoops going on.
But अभी उस ज़माने में Filmfare, Madhuri, all
Filmfare
these
never
mag-
wrote about it. Filmfare only gave you good-looking photographs, pictures.
Yeah, because if Filmfare wrote about it, it will be cut off.
There was only screen, and they never wrote any gossip.
Uh-huh. So your father missed out that entire fun phase.
It was all a blackout for us.
And see, even now, today gossip columnists can live out on gossip from Raj Kapoor's times. So, you know, I wish we could make this session like one of your father's long movies, Sangam, Mera Naam Joker, with 2 intervals, and carry on. So,
Torture these poor chaps.
so, but I have a solution now, a modern solution. First of all, it's a wonderful thing that these awards are being named after Raj Kapoor, because
We are honored,
he
we are
truly
honored.
is one of the greatest filmmakers in India, and one of the most versatile. And second, because awards will take place every year, we can have this conversation every year. So there'll be a 1-year interval, and we'll come right back with it. So
Thank you, Shekhar. Thank you.
thank you very much. Thank you
Thank
all,
you,
and
ladies
thank you
and
all. You've
gentlemen.
been a wonderful audience.
Yes. And I think we can do the photographs after the awards. Awards के बाद photograph. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am feeling so enriched. I'm feeling elated. I'm feeling great to hear so much about Raj Kapoor ji. Somebody I met once in a party after coming to Mumbai, and always cherished that meeting. And today to hear so much about him. Actually, I had so much to share with you, but most of it has already been talked about, unfortunately. I will say a few things that I think we've not addressed yet. So Raji, because he was a common man, played a common man, I would rather say, was loved by all across the world because of that. Because every man, every woman from that strata of society could identify with him, felt close to him, felt like he was one of them. He was a star, but to them he was not a star. To them, he was like my friend, my buddy, my neighbor. And that is the special quality that Chintuji was talking about, and saying that, you know, what it was about my father, that is what it was. It was being that next door neighbor that made him accessible, close to people, close to their hearts, and all the social topics that he picked up. He was an amazing man because he could incorporate entertainment into a social message. You know, to have all the beautiful songs in his films, to have glamour, beautiful dancing, everything, and yet at the end of the film, he was able to convey a message to the people, to the audience, and that message is what touched them, held them close to him, and always made them remember him. A little incident, I know everybody talked about it, but I was in Uzbekistan for a film festival a few years ago, and since we could not speak the Russian language, we all had translators. So I had this female translator who came to me and said, "Aapko wo gana aata hai?" And I said, "Kaun sa?" And she said, "Mera Juta Hai Japani." And I smiled and I said, "Haan, kisko nahi aata? Anybody who's Indian would know that song." So that was Raj Kapoor. I mean, the Russians had actually learnt Hindi because they enjoyed Hindi films, and they only knew Raj Kapoor and they only knew his songs. So that is the power of entertainment. That is the power of a great actor, a great director, a great producer. And Raj Kapoor ji was all. So I am so happy today that I am going to be introducing the Raj Kapoor Awards for Excellence in Entertainment. But before I say goodbye or bye and move away, I would like to say that nobody talked about Raj Kapoor ji winning so many awards. Did you know that he won 11 Filmfare Awards? He had 2 national awards. He won the Padma Bhushan Award and the highest in entertainment, which is the Dada Saheb Phalke Award. Now that is a lot to achieve. Also twice nominated in the Cannes Film Festival in those years. So that is really a lot of acclaim, a lot of achievement for one man. And I absolutely salute him. I'm so glad, so happy to be here and to be the one to announce this award. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Leading on, we have with us our partners who have supported us in this cause and worked with us to make this day possible. Mr. Victor Entertainment. May I request Ms. Kate and Ms. Victor to do the honors, please. May I request you, sir, to share a few words.
I really don't know what to say today, but I am so honored. Not only that I am holding a trophy in the name of the great Raj Kapoor, but that I'm the first one to receive it. Thank you very much. I'm truly honored.
Thank you, sir. Before we call upon the next recipient, Denver.
Can we have the lights off, please?
Please come up on stage and receive the next award. Thank you. Thank you, sirs. Before the next recipient, we'll watch the video. Alki. Sir, please.
Thank you. It's a phenomenal honor. This one truly belongs to Mr. Arunachalam Muruganandam. This film is not based on any book. In fact, the book and the film are both based on his life, which are two different accounts and fictional adaptations of his life. But I think what he has done, I think, is far more than the film and far more than anything anybody else can achieve. Because he's the man who actually has given the world its first commercial mainstream movie on menstrual hygiene. In fact, we in India can be really proud. We keep saying that we can't do a lot of things in this country. We, as filmmakers, our voice is shut in this and we're not progressive. I really think we've made a really, really progressive film that no other part of the world could make, thanks to this man. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Before we give away the last award video, please. And Dhoonte Reh Jaoge. May I invite Mr. Victor to give away the award, please, sir.
It's like getting lifetime achievement award like. बहुत यंग एज में लाइफ टाइम अचीवमेंट अवार्ड मिल रहा है क्योंकि ये नाम इतना बड़ा है कि आई एम श्योर और भी कहीं काबिल डायरेक्टर्स हैं जो इसके हकदार हैं, बट आई एम द लकीस्ट वन. थैंक यू.
Thank you, sir. We come to the end of a memorable evening, and as people say, gratitude is the memory of the heart. May I now invite Ms. Vinta Nanda to give away the vote of thanks.